Hello and welcome to this 100th video, the Q&A special. Now, I left it a few days, the little previous video, asking you for questions, and my, did you deliver. Thank you everyone for your questions. I got loads in the end, and a nice variety of questions as well, which is just what I wanted. Now, I've made them all into a list and ordered them all and everything, and I've tried to combine questions that asked the same thing. There's only a few, but it'll just make it easier. However, I think I've gone wrong somewhere. I've probably messed up in the ordering or something. So if I do muck up and miss out a question, which I hope I don't do, I am sorry. But let's stop rambling on, because I don't want to make this video too long, and I do like to ramble. Let's begin. So, question number 1 from Kiss Elite Slayer Kiss 9. That's how you say it, right? Isn't it? No? Okay. Oh, just Elite Slayer 9. What was your first video game? Okay, wow. That's a tricky question. You know, I'm gonna have to go way back in my memory brain cells here for that one. I doubt I could actually remember. I think one of the earliest games I can remember playing on the PS1 was Croc. Did any of you play Croc? Really weird game, and I remember the controls being awful. Even now. But yeah, I do remember that, and that's an old game, I think. It was like 1997, perhaps. Although, I probably didn't play it till about 2000. Also, Crash Team Racing. I'm trying to remember which games came with the PS1, if any, when I got it. I don't think they did. But Crash Team Racing was a game I remember playing very young. So that's probably the two I'm going to stick with: Croc and Crash Team Racing. Good games. Good games. Okay. Why did you start a YouTube channel? And this was asked by Elite Slayer 9 again, but also later on by Chris Rocks 1298. I have kind of dilly-dallied over this question a few times. I think it was after watching LPs and playing games for so long, I finally felt that I could produce something like that, a video like that. Kind of that idea, that mentality that if you think you could do something better, you probably can and should. So I remember a friend and I, we played through the Simpsons game one night for about 4 hours straight. We thought it would only take a couple of hours. How wrong we were. And after we finished that, I thought, that was actually quite good. I think the reason I wanted to do an LP of it was because I just wanted to do something on the internet, on YouTube. I wanted to make a video, and I didn't really know which area to go in. I think at one point I was like, oh yeah, let's do vlogs. What an awful idea that would have been. So I went with LPs instead, and thank goodness I chose that. So yes, that's probably it really. I thought I could do it, so I did, and it's just evolved from there. What games will you be playing in the future? And that was by Elite Player 9 also. No, Elite Slayer, sorry, I'm getting them wrong already. If I do say any of your names wrong, I am sorry. Okay, what games will I be playing in the future? For LPing purposes, probably just some more PS2 gems. Maybe even PS1, because I can play PS1 games on my PS2, as can everyone. And maybe even... I know I've mentioned emulators before, but emulators are always an idea. Just for myself, well, here is the thing. I don't actually play that many video games anymore. I really don't. I mean, ever since people stopped going on Xbox 360, like all my friends, because they have, everyone's ditched that place now. They've all got university work to go to and clubbing and whatnot. Nerds. I don't go on the Xbox anymore. Not even just for single player. It's kind of sad, really. I still play some games on... I've become more of a PC player, to be honest. But I do want to go back to playing games again, because you hear of all these fantastic games, and the thing is, I'm subscribed to a games magazine. I think it's called 360 Magazine. And I read about new games all the time, and like all the updates and what ones are coming out, and I don't... I'm interested in that. I'm interested, but I don't play any of the games. It's really odd. However, I think my mum is signing us up to some Love Film thing where you can order DVDs to come through the post, which also includes games. So I may take advantage of that and get some games that, you know, I've never played Mass Effect, for example, and I think I should. Games like that. I might use that to try out some games because I don't want to buy them because I might not like them. There is one game actually. There is one game that coming out that I do want to get, or at least play, and that is Halo 4. Simply because I am a fan of the franchise. Okay. What is your most favourite game of all time? By Leg667. And another question that came up later on is, what's your favourite PS2 game? By Gaming Guy 33. I think that's 4. Why have I put 2? Is it 334? See what I mean? Yes, it's 334. I mistyped that. Typo. Sorry, Gaming Guy 334. Now, I've combined these two questions together because they're the same answer. My favourite game of all time, which is also on the PS2, is GTA San Andreas. Which, it's kind of obvious, maybe, I don't know. It's probably a favourite game for lots of people. The reason is because the same friend I mentioned about playing Simpsons game with, we also played a run-through of GTA San Andreas. And it was only on that time I actually played the game properly. I'm ashamed to admit, I got the game in 2004 when it came out, and we did this run-through last year. I'm ashamed to admit that in those 7 years, I never, ever completed the story. I don't think I even played the missions that much. How could someone muck around in a game for 7 years? Well, with GTA that's possible. So yes, we thought, damn it, we're going to complete the story at least. Maybe get some of the oysters, the horseshoes, the tags, the photography, snaps. And we did. We didn't 100% it because that's ridiculous. But we probably got around 70%, which I was happy with. And it was only then I realised, my god, the amount of features and mini-games and animations that they managed to fit into one PS2 disc was incredible. Absolutely incredible. And you're never going to get more like playtime for your money's worth than GTA, because you could play that game for hours and hours upon end and never repeat the same thing again, except for levels, I suppose, like ambulance missions. You have to do them loads of times. But yeah, so combined with a massive amount of fun you can have with that game, and it is massive, all the cheats you can do and just cause utter mayhem, along with the very, very, very strong story mission, just story in general, and side missions and collectibles. It's brilliant. It definitely pushed up gaming to a new level when that came out, and that's 2004. Oh, that was a long time ago. It's a shame that GTA 4 wasn't more like GTA San Andreas, because it should have been. That was the problem with it. Okay, I've rambled on enough about GTA San Andreas. I'm sure you've all played it anyway. If you haven't, go play it. Damn you. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if the woodchuck was Chuck Norris? This was asked by Leg667. Now, you see, when I quickly glimpsed at this question, I thought I knew the answer. I thought I already knew the answer to that, but then, right at the end there, you threw in Chuck Norris and it's messed me up. So I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that question. I'm sorry. Maybe consult an old man living in a mountain. He may know the answer. Okay. What game series would you most like to see the Wii U launch with? And this was by Honest Tom 23. Now that is a very interesting question. I still can't believe the Wii U is a real thing. It doesn't feel like a real thing to me. It's like, what, the controllers, those little screens and a camera? It's like this. It's like a little child dreamed of just mashing all these technology discombobulance together. I want a camera, I want touchscreen, I want motion control. It's just, everything. Hopefully, Nintendo always makes things work, so they probably make it some amazing thing. But probably, what game series would I like to launch with it? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say a completely new one. Completely new game series by Nintendo. Because we haven't seen one of those in a long time. I'm a bit sick of the general Zelda, Mario launch titles, Metroid. What other game series are there? Pokemon. That's Nintendo, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, I want a completely new franchise from Nintendo for the Wii U. There you go. Okay, this is... Oh, we're starting on with a long list of questions by Stewie1 Griffin 1, so thank you for that. First question. Will you ever play Bioshock on your channel? Probably not, sadly. The reason is because I can't capture Xbox 360 in very good quality at all. Also, I've never played the... Well, actually, that's a lie. I have played a demo. I think I downloaded a demo on Xbox 360 one time. And I gotta say, I was a little bit creeped out by it. I was a little bit creeped out. It seems like it's obviously a good game. I can tell it's a good game. But, no, I've never really got into it very much. And I doubt it's going to be on my channel. However, I know that you, Stewie1 Griffin 1, are maybe going to do an LP of it. If so, I'll watch that instead. Next question from Stewie1 Griffin 1. What's the most recent game that you've completed? Well, technically that would be Destroy Humans 2, but we're not going to count that because that was just a practice playthrough. Aside from that, probably, and this is like tying in with how I said I don't play games very often. It was probably last summer, and it was Red Dead Redemption, which, tell you what, Rockstar are just amazing. They're just an amazing games developer. Because Red Dead Redemption is definitely up there with one of my favourite games of all time. Just such an immersive, so detailed and polished game. Oh, I could, if any of you played that game, when you first travel into Mexico on your horse, and you're thinking, oh, I don't want to go to Mexico, I want to go to Blackwater. Why do I have to go to all the crappy Mexican places for? And then, bam, the music starts, and you're just like, oh, yes. That is exactly what you did, I can assure you. And the story's fantastic as well. The story is really good. I'm not going to say anything about the story because I don't want to ruin it, but quite. Someone told me the ending though. That's what really annoyed me. Someone told me the ending of the game, which kind of ruined it for me. Ah, damn spoiler. Damn it. But I really do hope that they make some kind of sequel to that game, or at least use the Wild West setting again. I'm such a fan of the Wild West. I don't know why. I just love everything about that era of the Old West. 1830s to 18... I think that game was set in 1911. So, which I find hard to believe. That's only 3 years until World War One. When there were... Yeah, it's just odd when you picture them two images together. The Wild West Cowboys and World War One, and they were that close together. Wow, who knew? I do wonder how close to the reality that game is, but I'm sure Rockstar wouldn't lie to us, would they? Okay, next question. What games have you completed 100%? If you have too many, you can just pick 5. What if I don't have enough? As in, I can't think of any game that I've completed 100%. Oh dear. I really can't. Not even Simpsons Hit and Run I've completed 100%. Close. Oh man, I'm going to have to say none to that, which is awful. For like achievements on Xbox 360, I don't usually go for. And oh, there are no excuses. I'm awful when I don't complete games. Oh. Okay, moving swiftly on. How was 2011 for you? This is still by Stewie1 Griffin 1, by the way. 2011. It was a mixed year. I'm not going to say it's a very good year. It was mixed. It was the year where I left my secondary school, which I think is high school for Americans. in the US, which was sad, but also kind of scary. And the reason why it's mixed is because I realised the thing I thought I wanted to do after secondary school, i.e. uni and careers, like the career I thought I'd want to go down, wasn't actually the case. So that was a bit annoying. However, I didn't die. I didn't receive any nasty injuries or amazingly bad news, so there's always a positive, you know, half glass full, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was, and I suppose one good thing about 2011 was that it was the year where I started my LP channel, and it has continued ever since. So there you go. So. How many times have you completed Ocarina of Time, assuming you've played it before? Well, 0. 0. I only started playing Zelda recently because I've never been a fan of it, to tell you the truth. Never really. It's like one of those massive game franchises that I completely skipped over. I think that's the same with Final Fantasy. Never ever played a Final Fantasy game, ever. I did play a Zelda game probably around 2006, and that was The Phantom Hourglass on DS. However, that probably wasn't the best game to start on, I've heard. Compared to other Zelda games, it wasn't very good. Oh well. Yeah, the reason why I think, are you possibly asking this because I included Zelda in that which games to LP video? And the reason I included it there is because, I don't know actually, I just thought, hang on, I have a few games left on my Wii when I bought it on the Virtual Console thing. What games are on there? And I have Donkey Kong Country, good game, and Zelda. And I am still playing through it very, very slowly. I think I'm up to Death Mountain, so that's not very far in the game, is it? I'm very bad with sticking with a game and completing it, as I've already mentioned. Oh my god, I've just looked at the time. Oh no, this is going to go on for ages, this video. I've got to start being a bit more concise. Okay, the last question by Stewie1 Griffin1. Do you play Minecraft? Yes. Oh yes, I do. I love Minecraft most of the time. I usually go on some weird phase of being addicted to Minecraft, playing it every day, and then bored of it. At the moment I'm in the middle because I still play it sometimes. Usually only to see the new snapshots and see what's being released, new content wise. But I also have ideas. I really want to create a map, like an adventure map, but that's not really fully formed yet in my head. But yes, I definitely do play Minecraft, and I have for a long time. I bought it way back in August 2010, and it was still in alpha stage. And it's an amazing game. I don't need to explain why it's so good, you know, sandbox, survival, all that stuff is good about it. But the one thing that I don't like about it is that I wish I could forget it, in a way. That sounds odd, but I wish I could forget the game and pick it up again and start again and kind of relive that feeling of first playing it and not understanding it, trying to survive your first night, working out, crafting recipes. That was amazing. That was proper survival there, because you didn't know what you were doing. I should probably say that I started playing it because of X's playthrough, which is amazing. Good video, series of videos. The problem is with it now, it's there's too much of it. There's too much of it everywhere on YouTube. It's overplayed. It's like an overplayed song on the radio, and it gets on your nerves a little bit when you're just bombarded with so many videos of it. And a lot of the time it's not even because they enjoy it, it's because they know it will get views. So that's kind of sad. Moving on. How did you become so successful on YouTube? And this was by Chris Rocks 1298 again. Successful, wow. Well, I suppose successful, or success as a term, is all relative. And I do see myself as somewhat successful, but only on a tiny level compared to others, obviously. However, I think the reason why I've got as successful as, I think I am, That sounds really... I hate saying that. That sounds so pretentious. Anyway, I think it was to do with patience. You've got to have patience to do this kind of stuff. And just keep releasing your videos, one after another. And if you wait enough time, you'll get the views, and you'll get the subscribers, and you'll get the feedback, and you will enjoy it. So there you go. Patience. Good things come to those who wait. Was this your first YouTube channel? By Chris Rocks 1298. Technically, no. No, I did have one before, but this was my first one to actually start uploading stuff. My first account was just so I could subscribe and get videos in my inbox, basically. So yes, I'll say this was my first proper YouTube channel. Do you enjoy tea? By Jaluli. That's a good name. I like that name. Yes, I love tea. I don't know why I love tea. It's just... it helps calm you down when you're a bit stressed. Helps warm you up if you're a bit cold. It does make you thirsty though, that's the problem. If you are parched, it doesn't really help, because it makes you more thirsty. And also, if you drink a lot of it, it stains your teeth, which is a shame. But yes, I do enjoy tea a lot, and I also enjoy coffee. But tea more so. What is your favourite video game and video game console? Oh, see, this is what I mean. I should have put that first part with the other questions. Whoops. So yes, I've already answered the first part, GTA San Andreas, but video game console, probably PS2. I would have said PS1, but I was probably too young to appreciate that fully. And it was with the PS2 that I found the game series that I love today, really. Although you could say that was with PS1 as well, like Crash Bandicoot. But Time Splitters was on PS2. And GTA. Although I did play GTA on PS1 as well. Oh, I don't know. That's PS1, PS2. I'm cheating. There's two for you. Ha ha ha. What was your first console? By Gaming Guy 334 again. I think that was the PS1. I'm pretty sure that was the PS1. And it wasn't the big bulky box ones. It was the small, smooth, roundish ones as well. And I remember first getting my PS1. I still remember it to this day. And because I opened up the wrapping, I think it was a Christmas or birthday present, and I just kind of like I opened it, and thought, oh, okay, and kind of tossed it aside. I didn't toss it aside, but I was like dismissed it basically, which was very rude of me as a child. But hey, I was a child, because I thought it was a shoebox. I thought, oh, shoes, yeah, thanks. Move along. And then it's like, no, look closer, Joe, look closer. Like, PlayStation. That's amazing. So yes, I think it was PS1. And I really do appreciate my family getting me that, because they were damn expensive back then. However, I do also remember playing the Super Nintendo when I was young as well. So that could have been first. Although I think actually that was just something that's passed down to me, and I got that afterwards. Probably. Not sure. What is your favourite game based on a TV or movie? Or movie TV? By Gaming Guy 334. Well, Simpsons Hit and Run is certainly up there, near the top. Monsters Inc. I'm going back to childhood nostalgic games, which probably aren't even that good anymore, but through my rose-tinted spectacles, they seem good to me. So, Monsters Inc. PS1, Toy Story for PS1, and GoldenEye for N64. Obviously, amazing game. What is your favourite tea? By Gaming Guy 334. I'm far from a tea connoisseur, I must say. I've tried all the green tea, fruit tea, chamomile. Didn't like all that stuff really. And out of all those fancy ones, I probably liked Earl Grey the most, even though sometimes it tastes like dust. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. So probably just good old normal tea for me. I think it's called Builder's tea. You know, 2 sugars, bit of milk, just a tea bag. That'll suit me fine. Okay. Oh, we're coming to the end. Good, because this video is currently around, oh my god, coming up to half an hour. That's ridiculous. In future, will you do any Ratchet and Clank games? And this was asked by both Gaming Guy 334 and Leg 667. I've got a lot of requests to do Ratchet and Clank. I think I've at least 5 or 6 now. And as always, I said I'd only do requests if they suit me too. However, they are good games, and I do like platformers, so I'd definitely think about it. That could definitely be in the future. So don't worry, little socks off. Cotton socks off. What game would you like to LP next once your current LPs are over? This was by Leg667. I'm not too sure about that. I haven't thought about it too much yet. Probably going to be another platformer on a PS2 or PS1, because personally I think they're the best games to LP and that you have the most stuff to say about. Like, racing games and even first-person shooters are hard to LP because there's not much variety in them, really. You can't say too much about them. Anyway, so yes, it'll probably be PS2, PS1 platformer. Next question: cartoons or anime? By SpongeFan1000. I like sponges as well, so you're not alone. Cartoons probably. You know, cartoons like Simpsons, obviously. There's adult cartoons and there's children's cartoons. Like adult ones, Simpsons, Family Guy. Only the early seasons of Family Guy though. Only early seasons of Simpsons as well. And Futurama. They're all very, very good cartoons. As for children's cartoons, these are the ones I used to watch when I was younger on CBBC and CITV. If you're in the UK, you'll know what I'm on about. If you're not, then you probably don't. Arthur. Arthur is one of my favourite things from childhood. My childhood. That was a good program. I liked Arthur. I could probably still sing you the theme tune as well, but I'm not going to. Pinky and the Brain, that was good. SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Scooby-Doo, The Wild Thornberrys. Don't even get me started on Nigel. But Wild Thornberrys. Does anyone remember? This is a bit of a weird one. Does anyone remember a program called Ubos? Ultimate Book of Spells. I used to watch that all the time. That was a good program. And when I was really young, Mr. Ben and what was the other one? Mr. Ben and something about skeletons. Oh, and you used to go like in the dark, dark night, in the dark, dark stairs, in the... Oh, I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up. But that as well, it's something to do with skeletons. There is some anime I like though. Cartoons more so, but anime, I don't even know if it counts as proper anime, but Pokemon, Digimon, and one program I used to love, anime, was Card Captors. Where, you know, his little girl and his little Pikachu sidekick, bear thing. He's got all these cards like light and dark, and that was a good program. I liked that when I was younger, and that must have been when I was at least 11. Yeah, that's good. What was the most fun multiplayer game you've ever played? By J Cool 64 LP. Ooh. Well, Halo 3 was my first foray into multiplayer gaming, to be honest. I didn't do it at PS2 because I didn't know how to. I had no idea. Too young, probably. I obviously did co-op on PS2, but that's not the same thing. And Halo 3 was amazing because co-op campaign was good. The campaign was good, but co-op multiplayer campaigning was good. But multiplayer gaming was good as well because you had Forge, and Forge is the best thing ever. Because we made racetracks, we made a type of football, mongoose football. That was good. I just loved making things on Forge with my friends. The actual multiplayer deathmatches, team deathmatches, that was good, but I was never really very good at it. So yeah, but Forge was where it was at because once you'd made all these things, you could play them. I mean, like Ghostbusters was a good thing. Rodeo was a good one. And I remember these weird, like, Saw ones as well. They're all good. So yeah, Halo 3 was probably the most fun I've had with multiplayer gaming. And here we are, last couple of questions from It's Bacon for Lunch. Boxers or briefs? Boxers, please. I don't like tighty whities. And last question. Sometimes I put a tissue over my boner and pretend it's a ghost. Do you? When I said any questions, you know, I did say any questions at all. And my answer to that is, doesn't everyone? No? Oh, okay. So yes, there we go. How long has this been going for? Too long, probably. Yeah, about half an hour. I'll try and edit it down a little bit. So yes, thank you for all the questions. That was good fun. Good fun. I hope you enjoyed it all. I'll probably put some footage in the background. I'm thinking GTA San Andreas, seeing as it's my favourite game. And yeah, there we go. 100 videos. Yay. So until next time, I guess, with some more Simpsons and Destroy All Humans 2. Goodbye.